let's do a watercolor resist. So for this you need a piece of paper, a cup of water, your watercolor paint, a paintbrush, and a paper towel. The first thing you do before you do any type of artwork is you write your name on the back. You can also write your table color and your teacher as well. On the back, not the front. Now, the fun thing about a watercolor resist is it's almost like a secret message. So you can use any color crayon you want, but I like to use white. But if you use other colors, it will work out just fine. And you are going to draw a picture in that secret color. So let's draw a quick picture here. I'm doing something very simple. I bet you can't even see it. I like to call this, I drew snow on a white piece of paper. Can you tell? But let's just, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to draw it in purple. And I'm going to draw it in a blue. The same general thing. Just so you can see what would happen. So then I'm going to take my watercolor, and we already talked about how to use it. I'm going to wet my paintbrush and I'm going to choose which color I want. So I'm going to go with green. I'm going to load up my paintbrush by swirling it in here. Make sure it's not too wet. And I'm going to paint over top of it. Now do you see, I might have to do it twice. Do you see how my secret message all of a sudden showed up? And I could use a darker paint too if I want. So let's do one more layer of paint just so you could see. What happens is the paint does not stick to the crayon. So it shows up. So let me show it to you on my purple. So I'm washing my brush off because I'm changing colors. Now you can certainly color inside your lines. That is perfectly fine. Okay to do for a watercolor resist. I'm showing you what happens if you go over it. So I'm using orange. I don't think I loaded up my paintbrush enough. It does not stick to the paint, which makes it really fun to use. This also works with oil pastel as well. So that is a watercolor resist where you have crayon underneath your artwork. And remember, you don't have to make something that you recognize. So it could just be fun shapes all over your piece of paper. And let's see what happens if you just want to experiment with it. Let's stick with purple because my purple's on my brush. Oh, no sneaky peeky whites. Make sure you fill it all the way in. Look how fun that is. And if you want to make sure you get it off the crayon, you can. Just take a paper towel and dab it. All right, have fun making watercolor resist.